Big Blue Nation, what's going on? I want to start this video off with a simple question. Is getting Jasper Johnson to commit to Kentucky a big deal? Think about that for a second. Is getting Jasper to commit to Kentucky a big deal? Well, my answer to that is no. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to get Jasper to commit to Kentucky. You want me to tell you why? Because it's a freaking enormous deal to get Jasper to commit to Kentucky. I mean, it's so much on the line by just getting Jasper. It's bigger than just getting Jasper to commit to Coach Pope and the Wildcats for next year. And we'll get into that next year part in just a moment. See, I want you guys to think about something. How many of you guys out there have wanted to try a new product, wanted to go to a different location, maybe wanted to buy a certain car, or just do something, but you was hesitant because you was unsure about the product, about the person trying to give it to you, about the location, about how much something costs, and you just wasn't sure if you was ready to invest a lot into something that you was unknown about, that was unsure, that maybe was untested. But what happens after you get word of mouth? Or what happens after you see your neighbor or your best friend go try a new restaurant or go try a new pair of shoes or go try a new amusement park or whatever? What happens after that? You are more in tune. You are more willing to go try something just because you know somebody has already stepped out and given it a try. So why is this so important for Jasper Johnson to commit to Kentucky? It's because everyone is going to be watching this young man. Look, he just won a gold medal with the USA team. He's playing with guys. He's on AAU teams. Players around the country know who he is, and they know how good he is, and they know how much of a dog he is, and how much he loves playing college or playing basketball. So, with that being said, if Coach Pope and his staff can find a way to bring in Jasper Johnson and sign and make him the first big commit of the 2025 class, which we'll touch on that, like I said, in a second. If they can bring him in and set the bar high, then what is to follow? Now, let's take a look at maybe what's going to be for next year's team right now. Ansley's probably coming back. Garrison's probably coming back. Um, Noah's probably coming back. Perry's coming back. Chandler's coming back. And now, if you can go out here and if you can get a guy like Jasper to come and commit to Kentucky, that sets the bar and that lets other players know, hey, it's something out there. Now I know people are going to continue with the storyline of, well, why would a five-star player want to go play for Mark Popes? Why? Why would they want to do it? He ain't won an NCAA game. Can he win big at Kentucky? So part two of this is, how important is this year, the first year under Coach Pope? This first year is monumental. This right here can set the path for something extremely special for Kentucky rebuilding and becoming a program that everyone knows that we're already supposed to be. If we can have a great year this year, does that mean that we got to go win the championship? Not necessarily. We don't have to win the championship just for Coach Pope to be able to prove that he can win. Do we got to win some big games? Yes. Do we got to go to the tournament? Yes. Do we got to at least make it out of the first weekend? Yes. All these questions and all these answers are major going forward in the recruiting process. But getting Jasper to commit and being the first big time five-star player for for Coach Popes, lets other recruits know is that, hey, okay, you know what? I listen now. The ones who maybe say, you know what, I don't know you, so I don't really know if I should really listen to what you got because I got these other big time coaches at UConn, at Arkansas, at Kansas, at these other big time schools that are coming after me. So why should I listen to these guys? So when you have a successful year in year one for Coach Pope, when you can go out and when you can recruit Jasper and get him to commit, that is major. We're all sitting back and we're all waiting to see what the kid's going to do. We want to keep him in state We want to. I mean, every state wants to keep their best player here locally and play for the university. But there's no school like Kentucky out there. Kentucky's one of a kind. So if Coach Pope can get this guy to stay, I think the future of recruiting for Coach Pope will continue to go to another level and continue to rise and continue to look. Check this out. Coach Pope is not selling what Kentucky can, who Kentucky is. The nation already knows who Kentucky is. Regardless if we've had down years in the past, the nation still understands who Kentucky is. Kentucky is still a big powerhouse in college basketball. Look, there's no other school like Kentucky. You can't even, I know UConn has had success the last 2 years. I get all that, but UConn is still not Kentucky. Maybe the last 2 years they have topped Kentucky, but UConn is not Kentucky. So Mark Pope is selling not what who Kentucky is. Mark Pope this year is selling, can he recruit? And that means going out to get Jasper. Can he win ball games, which is what he needs to do in year one? If he can do these things, then I think the other recruits are going to sit back and say, okay, I like what's going on at Kentucky. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that great tradition. But it all starts with getting Jasper to stay in state. And it all starts with having a tremendous first year up under the head coach. Look, we're going to be stacked. So let's talk about next year. People, I saw something that maybe there's an opportunity that maybe Jasper might reclassify. Me personally, I don't like that. I don't want him to reclassify. I want him to stay where he's at. I want him because, now we're already stacked as it is. We're already loaded. We already got, get our our starting five, which could change game to game, practice to practice. That can continue to change. But, and then we got, then we got what, 6 through 11, 6 through 12 who can all ball right now. Everybody on here can ball. People sleeping on Noah. Oh, well, he's a freshman. He might. And you got Chandler. Well, he's been off. You got Perry. Well, he may play. These guys can ball. Like, these guys are here at Kentucky for a reason because they deserve to be at Kentucky. These guys are most likely, unless something happens like it did with Reed Sheppard, these guys are going to be at Kentucky next year. Ansley will probably be at Kentucky next year. Garrison will probably be at Kentucky next year. These guys are coming back next year because they want to cement the team next year. And getting Jasper in with one or two more top tier players, then Kentucky is set for next year. Get some older transfers in, of course, and Kentucky will be set for next year. We haven't even played a game of basketball this year, and we're already super excited about what's going to happen this year and what can possibly happen next year. But starting with getting with Jasper is going to be the key. Can we lure him? Can Coach Pope lure him into Kentucky, get him to commit so he can enjoy his freshman year, get stronger, play more basketball, and then come in next year and help the Wildcats continue to grow and be that powerhouse team that we're supposed to be and that everyone already expects. Kentucky speaks for itself. Coach Pope is not selling Kentucky. He's selling himself. He's selling what he's able to do. And I think that's the key of moving forward. I think that's the key for Kentucky basketball is securing Jasper as a commitment as soon as possible, because I think that makes Coach Pope's job a little bit easier when you can say, look, I got a top 10 guy. He's committed. He believes in what's going on here at Kentucky. He believes in the mission. He understands the assignment. You can understand the assignment too, and you can come and play along with this guy. You don't think Jasper has made some close friends playing on the USA team? You don't think Coach Pope has other players out there that he would like to see for the class of 2025? Absolutely. But I think this is a key recruitment, is getting Jasper, keeping him home, and having him commit to the Wildcats early. And then Coach Pope can build off of that and continue to make things better here at Kentucky. So yes, we're back to the question, is getting Jasper a big deal for Kentucky? It's not a big deal. It's an enormous deal. And I hope he closes the loop. And I hope we're able to get him to sign, and let's build on Kentucky, and let's get Kentucky back to where they're supposed to be. Go Cats.